Okay, Marvel, what exactly are you up to here? Because you tweet out this image for what, the 5th, 6th, 7th time this Agatha show is getting a new byline, The Lying Witch with Great Wardrobe. What the hell is going on here? Okay, so it's got a retitle. After, what, a couple of months ago, it was announced that it was just going to simply be called Agatha, but then within a few minutes, it seems, Marvel decided to delete the tweet, okay? Delete this, so is it a meme? Is it simply a preemptive announcement that they were just hoping to hold back a little bit in anticipation of what exactly? Who knows for sure, but there's something weird going on at Marvel, okay? That's for sure, okay? Whether it's just an intern that's there mocking something up and accidentally putting something out, that's one thing, but the fact that this production has been done for years at this point in time. I think primary photography wrapped up the end of 2022. Like, this thing's been done for a while because, hell, it was announced after the conclusion of WandaVision in 2021. The fact that you're going to be releasing a spin-off from a Disney Plus show 4 years removed, you know that they're in trouble. And the fact that this has undergone, what, 4 name changes? Because remember, yeah, Agatha's third title change could be deeper than you realize. Okay, so here were all the analyses going on at the time, when it was simply just brought back to Agatha, but I seem to recall that there were other titles for it as well. Marvel's WandaVision spin-off has now undergone a third title change to simply be called Agatha, and its new title may hint at some major story details. Are you sure about that? Because apparently it's been renamed again. When it was originally announced, the show was called, Agatha House of Harkness, later renamed Coven of Chaos, and then, yes, called Darkhold Diaries. And then it was Agatha All Along for a minute, and then simply being called Agatha. Agatha's most recent title change may simply be an effort to rebrand, but it could also signal a major change for the show's main character. The change will likely come down to what role the MCU Darkhold will play in the upcoming series. Well, hasn't the Darkhold been destroyed? Does anybody remember? Do you remember? That stuff was all done away with at the end of Multiverse of Madness. That was a great film that everybody loved for like 10 seconds, but that just goes to show you the state that Marvel is in right now. Like, we know it's tough, okay? We know that 2024 is going to be tough, and that the landslide that is 2025 after Bob Iger said, oh, we need to focus on quality, not quantity anymore. That's why you're going to be releasing somewhere between 4 and 6 movies, and who knows how many more TV shows, because, yeah, outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, which is going to be an artificial inflation to Marvel's bottom line, the only other thing that's coming out confirmed this year, even though they still have Ironheart, something else that has been done, completed, and is sitting on a shelf for over a year at this point in time, the Ironheart show doesn't have a release date. It just continues to get pushed back because people are starting to catch up to what Marvel has done with all of their legacy characters, where they're just simply replacing the lead with the South Park meme of sticking a chick in it and making her lame and sometimes gay. So yeah, asking the question, what's actually happening here? That's a good point, because, okay, at time of recording, and by the time that you see this video, we have probably already gone over the teaser trailer. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, the billion-dollar Amazon streaming show, the fact that there's very little lead up to their second season just being dropped on the platform. I'm just going off speculation. I'm recording this late Monday evening, and the trailer's supposed to drop sometime on Tuesday. The idea was that we'd probably see it sometime in September or October, and there's going to be a little bit of lead up to that. But you trumpeted all that success at the beginning, and then the gigantic drop-off there was before the conclusion of that series, and then to simply have less than 6 months build-up when you can take a look at the contemporary also coming out at the time in the form of Season 2 of House of the Dragon, where you had how long of build-up? You had just about 6 months lead-in, where you had genuine anticipation, people looking forward to teaser trailer after teaser trailer, and then you're just going to have this truncated release schedule for Season 2. That's exactly what could be going on here with Agatha. Exactly what we've seen went on with Echo, where, oh, for the first time ever, guys, we're doing this landmark thing where we're going to be dropping all 6. 5? We cut it down to 5. 5 episodes are going to be dropped in December, right around January. January's a better time to release this stuff, okay? It's not like we haven't been sitting on this for, all right, years at this point in time. Oh yeah, we're going to tell you about all this stuff. couple months before we release it. So don't worry about any of that stuff. Is that what's happening here with Agatha? Because like we have no idea. We don't even know what it's called. We don't even know when it's coming out, but it's supposed to be coming out in 2024. Okay, but if you're going to be slotting everything up, we're just about at the midpoint of the year, so, time's a ticking, guys. MCU fans have been waiting for what feels like centuries for Marvel's Bewitched. Nobody's looking forward to this. Everybody's forgot about this character. But the WandaVision spin-off centering on Catherine Hahn's Agatha Harkness, though in reality it's just roughly 2.5 years since the follow-up news first surfaced. Yeah, exactly. 2.5 years lead time on a streaming show that is going to be, what, 6 to 8 episodes long. That's going to be, again, another disposable show, because how many people remember Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel? Nobody does. In that time, the darkly comedic project has gone through a number of sporadic title changes to the point where I started to speculate that Mephisto was to blame. Oh, that Mephisto character that the writers of WandaVision didn't even know existed in the MCU. I kid you not. It seemed like those alterations stopped once Agatha was settled on, and the studio shared a baffling and hilarious new update that can't possibly be real. But at this point in time, if you were going to call it All Along or Darkhold Diaries, which actually sounds like a soap opera, why couldn't we believe something that's going to be centered around a fringe character, lying witch with the great wardrobe? Just take a look at Star Wars, the sister brand under the Disney umbrella. What were some of the names? What were some of the names of the episodes of the Ahsoka show that came out just about this time last year? Toil and Trouble. Hell, the season finale was The Warlord, the Witch, and the Warlock. Give us a play on that. So why would this be out of the realm of possibilities? But again, these Johnny-come-latelys that Marvel's trying to appeal to, they aren't going to know that stuff. Well, even some of the journalists that write up this stuff, all of these fluff pieces, they don't even know that stuff. I got the autistic steel trap mind that's up here that remembers all of this stuff. So yeah, it doesn't matter what umbrella you're under in the Disney banner. Hacks are universals. Hacks are eternal. With the updates, few and far between from Agatha Harkness's return for fans with Disney Plus subscriptions. You have both of you that are left. Marvel Studios' X page no doubt turned more than a few heads when the following title imagery was shared to the upcoming Marvel TV show. Yeah, just hoping it's like, when are we going to get a release date? That'd be great. Don't really care what you're calling it at this point in time, because that changes like I change socks. The presumably a non-confirmed title of Agatha the Lying Witch with Great Wardrobe is obviously a punny riff, yes, off of C.S. Lewis' fantasy classic The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I still think Disney does have distribution rights for, which they're trying to reboot. So why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they try to have a little artificial promotion for another franchise that they're trying to reboot? Like, it makes too much sense for this not to at least have a bit of truth behind it. For what it's worth, it's a spot-on title that doesn't do any lying on its own, since Agatha's clothing choices are pretty solid. But these are the type of people that Marvel are trying to appeal to. The people that don't actually care about the quality of the storytelling. They're just there to see the laser beam fights on the screen. Oh, great. We wanted to delve into the whole split personality, the darker take with the character of Moon Knight, only to have its ultimate episode conclude with 2 big kaiju fights in the middle of the desert. Or how every character that you knew to grow to love throughout the first 3 phases of Marvel has either been replaced or killed off with an inferior copy. People that liked Marvel for its storytelling abilities and potentiality, you've all driven them off in droves with just this endless sludge pipe of content. You don't even treat it as a storytelling medium. You just simply treat it as a means to retain people on your streaming services. Hell, you could even see it throughout this article. People that still have streaming subscriptions to Disney Plus, they're really looking forward to the return of Agatha. They don't remember who Agatha is. They take a look at that and go, that's a weird title. Why, it's a Marvel? Who's that? The same thing that they did with Echo. Is that supposed to be one of those Daredevil? Is that the guy from Law and Order SVU? Or why is there a fat guy and why is he crying at the end of it? I don't get it. Why is she deaf and only has one facial expression? I don't care. This is what you have. This is all that's left over at Marvel. It's a sad sight to see, but hey, trust me, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to save the MCU, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. And now I'm recording this a day after I recorded the rest of the video that you've seen right here, and this is far and away confirmation of everything that I just spoke about, okay? On a day when it was one of the biggest releases when it comes to promotional trailers, Marvel decides, like a thief in the night, to give proper confirmation as to what the name of the show is going to be, when exactly it's going to be coming out. You can see by the header that's right there, but we can scroll through the little teaser trailer that they had right there, just showing, hey guys, we actually, it wasn't that we couldn't figure out what to do with this goofy little project that we have out here, okay? It was actually all a part of the marketing, okay? Even that one that we only had up for a couple of minutes, and even though we had press releases before all of this stuff, talking about the different names that we had for this, but now, don't worry about it. We're running back to the one that we thought it was going to be a couple of name changes ago. It's going to be Agatha All Along, because you know what? The song is more popular than the character was, but as you can see, these are the people that they attract. I knew the title changes were a part of the marketing. No, you didn't. You had no idea, because this show, like I said before, had been done. It had been recorded. It has already been sitting on the shelf for over a year at this point in time. Marvel, like it goes to show you, nobody cares about this. 300,000 views on a day when you had the Rings of Power trailer drop. You had the final trailer for House of the Dragon drop. Very, very good timing on that one, but we'll talk about that in a different video, obviously, or already have, depending on when you see this one. But it really does reinforce that Marvel has zero faith in this project, given the fact that, yeah, they released it with absolutely zero fanfare. They retconned even their own retconning of this show, and their big announcement was just a little jingle and basically a GIF. Like, they have no faith in this at all whatsoever, and therefore neither should you. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.